Hey y'all, I'm just here because have a few things on my chest that I want to like get out, get off my chest, not get out, get off. Um, but let me do my introductions and say hello to my new subscribers. Hello, new subscribers. Thank you for subscribing. And to my ride or dies, the ones that have been here already, welcome back. Hey, my liquid loves. As y'all can see, I did my nails. I really like these. I got these from Shein. Since a lot of y'all was telling me about the things that Timu was doing, which I paid through Timu with my what is it called? Google Pay. So I'm protected, but um nothing has ever happened, with my card or anything like that being overcharged or anything. But my name is Cassandra, aka Liquid Spice in Real Life. Liquid Spice in Real Life because that's how I'm going to portray myself to you. This is my real life. So I just got a question right now. Question for right now. Why does family treat you so bad? Why? Why does family treat you so bad? Why? Especially if you're not the type of person that does harm, if you're a good hearted person. I'm not going to keep y'all long, but this is a bit just the thing that happened to me on the 13th of this month was done by a family member for no reason whatsoever. No reason whatsoever. And I did a whole video. The video was over an hour long, and I was going in, okay? Because I wouldn't say I was angry. I was more hurt because of the audacity, you know? I'm laying in bed right now. Um, different setting, you know, but the audacity, I was more hurt because of the audacity, like the nerve after everything that I did for this person, you know, even though that person was there for me when I came here to live and he opened up his home to me, but I paid my dues. I paid my dues. I paid him back for that. Okay. Even though I couldn't afford to help him pay the rent, I did pay the light bill. And when it was time for him to be in need, I was there. I stepped up. I stepped up 100%. Even though it was kicking my ass through my anxiety, like nobody but my therapist and my best friend, my best friend knows how hard that was for me to do what I had to do to make sure that he had a place to live, a roof over his head, food to eat, clothes on his back. I even went with him, took time out of my life and went with him to doctor's appointments. I made sure up until now that he has a nice place to stay, that he's being taken care of. He ran into some difficulty. He had to leave this apartment. This apartment is mine now. It was his. It's mine. My name is on a lease. But a lot of his clothes and a lot of his, and also his plants, his pets, I was taking care of that. I was taking care of his pets. Fish tank, clean the fish tank. God knows I hated that. Oh my God, I hated that. Cleaning the bird cage. I was taking care of the birds, taking care of the fish, taking care of the plants. His stuff was stored here. This is a 1-bedroom apartment, and I am living like I'm in a studio because his things is back there in the bedroom. So the living room, thank God, is big enough where I can have a bed in a bedroom area in one space, in the living room area in the other space. And also there's like a vestibule out there. I guess they would probably a dining room area out there, beyond the living room space, where that's where my white room, that's where I film all the time. um it's a big apartment, don't get me wrong, it's a big apartment. But after he left, I had to, which this is my dad, after he left, I had to, um I cleaned everything down. I threw a lot of stuff out that was garbage, and totally revamped this whole place. I believe the last video I did was of me, giving you a little, apartment tour of the things that I did. But yeah, I went above and beyond to help him. I paid my dues back. I paid my dues back. Let me tell you what happened. So this incident happened on the 13th. So on the like the 11th, the 10th or the 11th, I called him and I asked, is everything all right? You need anything? And when I tell you he had to move to Jersey, and when I tell you he had to move way far, far, far in Jersey, I was going back and forth to Jersey with my boyfriend. My boyfriend was driving on one of his days off. He dead tired because he drives a bus for a living. Dead tired, but yet he saw fit to help me, and thank God for him, because it wasn't for him, I don't know what I would have done. I cooked for that man. I bought food to him. I made sure he had what he needed. I mean, I went to the full nines for this man. Okay, I did, and I wasn't looking in it for any repayment. Okay, but what he did to me was just, oh God, I don't want to come up here and keep crying, y'all. But when family hurts you, it hurts you to the core. It hurts you to the core. On the 10th, I believe I called him and I asked him, is everything okay? Do you need anything? Still asking him if he needed anything. Still. No, I'm okay. I'm okay. And every time I call him, he always saying that he's okay. He's okay. But then when I call my aunt called me and said, oh, he's complaining about this. He wants to leave here. He doesn't tell me these things. My aunt lives all the way in the South, okay? I'm the closest one to him. But he complains to her. She can't do anything to help him. I'm the one that can do stuff to help him. So, get off the phone with him. I'm thinking everything is fine. On the 13th, I wake up at about 6 in the morning. I look at my clock. And I'm like, because I wake up at 6 o'clock every morning, because the queen, Ivy, my cat, she wakes me up at 5 so that I can rub her booty for about 10 minutes. And then she'll go back and lay down and go to sleep until about 6:15 or so. So 6:15, she wakes me up. I know it's 6:15 because that's when she wakes me up, because she wants to eat. So I feed her at 6:15, whatever. But that morning I got up. She woke me up. She taps me. 6:15, she taps me. She'll tap me and she'll wake me up because she wants to eat. I turn around. I look at the clock. My clock is going out. Digital clock. Clock is going out. I said, wait a minute. I said, did this stupid clock go out again? I said, maybe it's not plugged in all the way. So I say, Alexa, turn on my living room light. No, Alexa, no light. I'm looking all around and it's raining really hard. And I'm looking all around. I'm like, what the hell? And I'm like, no. Let me get up. Let me see what's going on. I'm like, maybe the lights are out. Maybe there's no electricity because, you know, the storm, because of the storm. So I pull up my shades and I look towards the other building. People in the other building, they have lights. I'm like, so is it just this building? So I go outside the door. Before I go outside the door, I check the light in the kitchen. Doesn't come on. Check the light in the bathroom. Doesn't come on. I have no electricity. Check my phone. It's not charging. I said, what the hell? So I'm like, oh my God, I just bought food. Freezer and refrigerator full of food. And I mean fresh food. Like things that will perish quickly. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to lose everything. Oh, I go out, I check outside the door. I hear somebody coming down the steps. And I ask him, does he have lights in his apartment? He goes, yes. The guy across the hall opens his door. I look through his door. He has lights. I'm like, well, is it only my line? My, line? So I'm like, what the hell is going on? So I said, the bill is paid, so I don't understand. So I call Con Ed. Con Ed says she says, okay, well, let me check to see if the electricity is off from the street into the building, see if anything is going wrong or whatever. So she checks. And that's the only thing she checks. We'll come back to that later. And she goes, oh, it must be something in the building. You have to contact your super, and your super has to call out a private electrician so they could find out what's going on. And then she's done. And I'm like, okay, like real dismissive. And I'm like, so I call the super and I tell the super, I don't have lights. He was like, you don't have lights? I said, no, I don't have lights. He said, okay, I check. Now, mind you, this is like, at this time, this is like 6:30 in the morning. I said, everybody else has lights here. I said, is it just this line that I'm in from my floor all the way up? Because I'm on the first floor. From my floor all the way up, is it this line that I'm in? He's like, okay, let me check. So a couple of hours go by. I don't hear from him. So mind you, now it's like 8:30. So I'm like, I call him and he said, I checked, mommy, I don't know. And he said, here, speak to my wife because she gonna understand you better. I'm like, oh God. I said, okay. So I tell her what's going on. I tell her what the Con Ed people said, and she's telling him in Spanish, and I'm like, and then he goes, okay, I check again. I check everything. So another couple of hours go by. About an hour and a half go by. So now it's like 9:30, 9:15, something like that. Yeah. Yeah, like 9:30 or something. And I'm worried about my food. Okay. I'm worried about my food. I'm worried about my lettuce and my greens. All of this may be wilting right now. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to lose everything. I had medication in the refrigerator, everything. Like I said, when I was telling this story before, I was going to post a video on Monday. And I was telling this story before. When I tell you I was going in, but my phone kept cutting off. And I kept getting phone calls, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? So I'm going in. I mean, I'm really going in. I'm being disrespectful and everything. Okay, I'm going in. So I didn't post that video. I ended up deleting that video because when I tell you I was going in bad. I wasn't as calm as I was now. I was going in bad because I'm still so hurt with the fact that this man could do this to me. Anyway, so the super comes in. He checks the junction box in the kitchen. He takes the thing off, and he got this little light bulb with the little socket and little wires coming out. And he's testing. He's like, there's nothing here. So he goes, okay, let me check again. Another hour goes by. Now, mind you, this time it's like 10:30. 10:30, like a quarter to 11. I'm worried about my stuff. I'm worried about my food and my medication. So, which my medication is a Manjaro. The weight loss stuff has to be kept refrigerated. So I call him again. And he says, okay, I'm coming up. I'm coming to your house now. I said, okay. So he comes back to the house. He said, come follow me. So he takes me to the basement. And he has that little bulb thing, and he's checking everybody's, and everybody's is on. Even the floor above me in the same line is on. Or everybody's on except for me. So he turned and say, did you pay your bill? That was so embarrassing. That was so embarrassing. I said, bills are always paid. He goes, well, what about your dad? Did he turn it off? I'm like, he wouldn't do that. Why would he do that? He wouldn't do that. I don't know, maybe because it's in his name. And I'm like, no, he wouldn't do that without telling me. So I come back in the house, and I'm waiting a few more hours. Right now it's after 12. And I'm like, let me call Con Ed again. So I call Con Ed again. I get this guy. Thank God for him, because he really went in to find out what was going on. My man told me, oh, your dad called and said that you now have the apartment under your name, so that he can take his name off of the light bill. I know I had it in his name, but the bill was being paid. I know I had it under his name still. I had it under his name still because since he's a senior citizen, it was cheaper. So the Con Ed guy says, well, your dad called on September 1st. September 1st, y'all. I spoke to my father September 11th. September 11th, I spoke to my father. Y'all, this shit don't get it. This. I spoke to my father September 10th. Sorry, I said to my I spoke to my father September 10th. And because September 11th I went food shopping. Right. Then the 13th is when the lights went out. Okay. I don't know how long that electricity was out. It could have been out from 12 midnight up until 6 a.m. in the morning when I got up. But anyway, let's get back to what I was saying. So the Con Ed guy was like, yeah, your dad called and he said, your name, your department should be under your name. The lease should be under your name now, and I want to take my name off of the uh the electricity bill. But my father can't get my last name. You know what I mean? It's my married last name, and my father can't. He can't say my last name. So all the way from September 1st, this been brewing, and I spoke to this man on September 10th, and he did not tell me anything of what he did. I felt like dog doodle in the street. That somebody walking their dog, had their dog poop, didn't curb their dog, walked away, and I was that dog poop on the street. That's how I felt by him after everything that I did for him. I was so angry because of the audacity that he would do that to me. He would leave me in the freaking dark, okay? Not caring. And I'm still taking care of his animals. I'm taking care of um his clothes are still here. A lot of his things are still here. His plants I have to water every 2 weeks. I'm taking care of all of that. But you're gonna turn the lights out on me? And you're not even going to give me a heads up and say, listen, this is what I did, so make sure that you call them and put it in your name so that the lights won't go out? That's what you did to me. Why does family do you so dirty? Why? Family will do you so dirty. What did I do to him to deserve that? What did I do? So I call him. His phone is off. He had his phone turned off. I called him twice. No answer. I said, okay. So now you're not answering your phone. It goes straight to voicemail. I'm thinking he done changed his number. So you done turned off the electricity. You done changed your number and you left me in the dark. So that means that you don't want your shit. I bagged up all of his shit and I threw it out. His fish died because it couldn't get the pump, to get the water, in the fish tank, you got to have the thing to plug in the wall to the filter and the pump and what, all that shit. You know what I'm talking about. The fish died. Sure did. That's his fault. That's his fault. One bird died a week before because it was old. The other bird died because it went crazy because the other bird died. But I'm sitting here taking care of all of his stuff, making sure that his stuff is still here. And he does this to me. So I bag up all of his shit and I throw it outside. So since he wants to call my aunt so much and complain to her, I call her and I tell her, this man has just treated me like some bitch out in the street. And he has changed his number. He's not answering his phone. And he turned out electricity on me and didn't even tell me. And I just spoke to him a few days ago. I say, I need you to give him a message for me since he calls you all the time and complains to you. I need you to tell him that all of his shit is outside the door. That's what I need you to do. I need you to tell him that for me. So everybody was calling me. I did not answer my phone. I did not want to talk to anybody. I didn't want to hear reason. I didn't want to hear no rhyme, no reason. I didn't want to hear anything. I was in the moment. And I was so hurt because of the audacity of what this man did. After everything that I did for him, I paid my dues for staying here. I took care of him because he opened up his doors to me. I took care of him. So my debt is paid to him. But for him to do that to me, that was wrong. That was totally wrong. And I was so hurt. I could not stop crying. I was hurt because of the audacity, the nerve of him. The nerve of him. If it wasn't for me, he would be in another place right now that would not be nice. Not be nice. Trust me when I tell you. And for him to turn around and do that shit to me, I wash my hands of him. I wash my hands of everyone that has hurt me. I am no longer the soft, kind-hearted person that I used to be. Now, when I say that, I say it like I'm still a kind person. But as soon as I get the inkling that you're trying to F me over, all hell's going to break loose. I'm not going to sit there and take anything from you. I'm not going to take nothing from anybody. Because usually, if somebody that I called a friend or that we hung out with or whatever, and that person starts, acting all crazy and shit, I won't even argue with them. I won't even argue with you. I will turn around and I will walk the hell away. Okay? Because arguing and fighting and all that's not my thing. It never was. It never was. I'm so disgusted. I'm disgusted with myself because I'm so soft-hearted and kind hearted, especially when it comes to family, because I always grew up like thinking that, family is family. Family is a person, people that will stick behind you 100%. Family doesn't hurt you. Family's not supposed to hurt you. They the ones that they're your ride or dies. Oh, no, 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 no. Family will hurt you worse than anybody. Worse than anybody. It's horrible. I am grateful for everything that he did for me. But like I said, I also paid him back for that. I am grateful that this happened the way it did so that I can distance myself from him, because he is a very tos- toxic soul. Always have been. And for my mental health recovery, I need to keep my distance from people like that, because I will not be in that circle of hurt. I will not continue to be in that circle, that repetitive life, that, what am I trying to say? That repetitive uh, behavior of being hurt by people. I'm not going to do it anymore. I've come too far in therapy to do that. I I want to heal, and I can't fully heal if I'm allowing those type of people in my life. There's also another family member that I'm not speaking to, a close family member, because I refuse to be in that cycle, because she would say some off the wall shit to me and I would just let it go. And that's been going for years, years. And I would just let it go. And the moment that I start fighting for myself, that I take up for myself, I got a problem. No, I don't have a problem, sweetheart. You have the problem. I don't have a problem. You're just not used to me speaking up for myself. But I'm going to speak up for myself today. Yeah. And that's it. And if you don't want to talk to me ever again, that's fine. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. I love you because you are that family member. But honey, get yourself some help. Okay? Get yourself some help. Because I'm not the fault here. You got to look at yourself in the mirror and you have to realize that you are the fault. You got to look at yourself in the mirror. You. And that goes for anybody that's out there. Like, really look at yourself in the mirror. And y'all, I just want to say to check on your strong friends. Check on your strong friends, because sometimes they not all right. I'm talking about those friends that um, you know, that's always there for you, that's giving you the good advice. You have that one friend. If you have a bunch of friends, you have that maybe one or two people, maybe one person that you can always call and get good advice from. Check on that person, because you can ask that person, you all right, everything good, or you so wrapped up in your life with your problems that you forget to ask that person, are you okay? And it can happen. It can happen with anyone. Sometimes that strong friend ain't okay, but that strong friend will keep it in here. Will keep it, you know. Sometimes that strong friend will say, "Damn, I have this issue, but I don't want to bother her with it because she has her own problems." And and sometimes that strong friend ain't got somebody to talk to, and that strong friend is dealing with a lot. Check on your strong friends. But honey, the evil that family do is truly hurtful because that's your family. And especially if you think that, you know, your family is supposed to be the closest one to you. But anyway, back to the Con Ed man, because I ain't done with him. But anyway, so the Con Ed man was like, yeah, your dad, I said that already, your dad, your name on the lease or whatever, whatever. So I said to the Con Ed man, I was like, damn, I just spoke to him a few days ago. He didn't tell me. The Con Ed man said, surprise. I said, wow, that was embarrassing. That was embarrassing. So the Con Ed guy turned it on from the office. Now, mind you, now this is like 12:30, quarter to 1, something to 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And I'm going crazy because I'm thinking I'm losing my food and everything, yo. But yeah. And then the super, I had to tell the super what the issue was. I had to tell a little white lie because I didn't want him to know what my business is in this house. And it was just so embarrassing. And the wife is asking me, well, what happened? And I'm like, that was embarrassing for me. That was and I'm still hurt because of the audacity. I'm still hurt because of the audacity. And he has not called me yet. He has not called me yet. Now my aunt called him, okay? My aunt called him and he told my aunt, "Oh, I didn't do that." And I thought that my sister helped him do it. But she said she didn't do it. My aunt called me back and said, no, everybody said they didn't do it. Somebody did something. Because how did that Con Ed man know what was going on in this household? How did that Con Edison man know that my father's name is off the lease now and my name is on the lease now? How did that happen? All the way from the first. Now I'm thinking all the way from the first, there must have been multiple phone calls to Con Ed regarding this issue. Yeah. And once it was resolved from my father's end to Con Ed, they turned the lights out. But I spoke to my dad on the 10th. But yet, nobody knows what happened. Lies, 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 lies. Not even owning up. But did he ever? No. Never owned up to his lies and responsibilities and duties. And I wouldn't say lies, responsibilities, and duties. I mean, but my dad was a compulsive liar. Or is a compulsive liar. I mean. So that really didn't surprise me. But yeah, so that's what's been going on with me. So that's why I haven't, got on here and did a few videos, since the last one last week, last Monday. I just been going through just to get through the pain of the audacity, the audacity of him. I want to say the audacitiveness. Not a word, I know, but the audacity of him. The pain of having him do that to me after everything that I did for him. Because he is where he is today in a nice place because of me. And if you all knew what the real nitty gritty was of where I kept him from, you would be appalled, more appalled at what he did. But I'm telling you, it's serious. It's serious. Serious. A way he could have been. Serious. That's why I took that so hard. Because he could have been in a real bad place right now if it wasn't for me. So I'm not going to hold y'all up anymore tonight. I hope this uploads quickly because it is 8 o'clock here. Oh, I can't stress myself out anymore with people that hurt me. I can't. But anyway, thanks for listening. I hope you made it this far. Thanks for listening. I'm going to have a mini Shein haul in a couple of days. So stay tuned for that. Oh, excuse me. I go to bed early, y'all. But anyway, comment, like, subscribe. And please tell me, y'all, I really need y'all. I need some feedback, y'all. I need some feedback. What would y'all have done? Because my aunt convinced me to bring his stuff back in the house. So I brought his stuff back in the house. Yeah. And then she was like, oh, well, tell him first, before you do that. Did he tell me he was going to turn the lights out on me? Did he tell me, not the lights, the electricity? Did he tell me that he was going to turn out the electricity on me? No. So why should I give him that courtesy? Please comment, y'all. Comment in the comment section what y'all would have done. His stuff is still in bags, and I'm still that close to calling the donation people to come and pick it up. Because that was just dirty. That was just dirty. But anyway, I'm not going to hold you guys up. Just comment what would you have done. Comment if you thought I was wrong. Comment if you thought that I should have left his bags out in the street. Give me some feedback, guys, okay? I want to hear what you all have to say. This is just crazy. I laugh about it now because I can, because I have, but yo, this is maddening. This is just maddening. Anyway, comment, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Once again, to all my new subscribers, thank you for subscribing. All my ride or dies, hey, liquid loves. Anyway, everybody have a good night, okay? Take care. Ta-ta.